Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. I'm Debbie Cronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today we're going to have some fun with the new product. It is something that's in our 2025-26 catalog. It's the Kintsugi Inspirations. And it's a suite. And so the suite comes with a beautiful designer series paper. I should have probably pulled that out. Let me grab it. If I can remember, here it is right here. It comes with this designer series paper, which is gorgeous. We did foreign exchange program for many years, so we had a lot of this kind of design in our lives, and so it was just kind of fun to see this come out. But these papers are beautiful, and you could cut these images, use the dies, and cut out amazing images because they're just so beautiful. It has these, which are already, the dies fit around and they cut this beautiful little paper here. Let's see what else is in there. There's this is gorgeous. So, and I know that video doesn't do this justice. So I've been on the other end watching. And this one. Now, if you go on Pinterest or on Google and Google this suite or this paper, you're going to find a zillion, and I mean a zillion things done because everybody has just fallen in love with this. And most everything I saw was using the paper. So today I'm going to show you how I didn't use this paper. Although the paper is absolutely gorgeous, and you'll probably want to purchase it if you purchase the bundle. So you'll want to get the suite. It has the beautiful bling with it and the dies. And so let's set that aside. I am not going to use that today, but I'm going to show you what I did, and then we're going to do one. So when Paper Pumpkin comes out, I do a class. I call it Spice Up Paper Pumpkin. And it comes out with, cards and stuff. And what I do is I take it and I do it. I don't do the cards that are in the kit. I don't even look at the cards in the kit because I don't want to be influenced by them. So I don't do the cards in the kit, but I take the products that are in there and create. This time it was 18 cards. And so this is one of those cards that I created. Now I have used the vellum from the Paper Pumpkin here and here, but I cut out. This was the background. I wish I had. Oh, I have one. Do I have one I can show you? I don't. I don't have a whole card. It was it was the one with the water and the trees. So this was the background of one of the cards back here. That's as best as I can probably show you with all of them. Oh, here's a background too. This one, it was this one that had the water and the trees. And so what I did is I took and I cut this. You can see I cut it out of one of these pieces. And then I took a gold gel pen and drew lines on it to add a little bit of flair to it. This is another one of them. And on here, I put the, what's that stuff called? I'm having a terrible time with names of things because they come and go so fast. The rub-ons, the metallic rub-ons. I put that on here and just did a little bit here and there. And then this is a frame cut from the Gallery Blooms. And then this was my third one here. And here I used the background for this called Joined Together. And once again, I cut. The blue ones were cut from the vellum in the kit. The pink ones, I believe I took some vellum I had and colored it because I wanted some pink ones because I had the pink in here. Now this jar is cut from the designer series paper. This jar is cut from the designer series paper. So this was not a paper pumpkin. And I have the designer series paper here. So those are three. Oh, here's the other one from Paper Pumpkin. So I took the leaves from Thankful Garden and cut the pot out of this paper again, and then just took the gold pen and highlighted it. So I am thinking that this little gold pot, this little pot in here, and the cups. There's a cup in there too. Let me grab the stamp set. What do I do with it? I have it. So this cup and this vase are just so, I mean, you can do so many things with them. I am sure. So you could cut, I'm going to just grab a colored, a pattern paper here. Let's see, let's grab, let's grab Florals in Bloom. Yeah, let's get that one. So let me pull out the die, which I already have it out here somewhere. Yes, I do, right here. So I just want you to know that if you invest in this, this is going to be something that you can use. Look at that. Let me get it in screen. Look at that. Wouldn't that be a beautiful little vase? I think it would be so pretty. Or would this one work? That one would work. Look at that. That is so pretty. And then you could put just some stems in the top of it even. Here's another. You want to make sure your flowers aren't too big, of course. And even though they're flowers, they're pretty busy. So that would be pretty there. You'd catch a little bit of that, but you can adjust it or don't worry about it. You know, it's just, I don't know if I'd go that route, but you could. I mean, it is just a really versatile set in that regard. That's kind of cool. Wonder if you could do a half a pot. Just go that far and leave the top off, like it had something in it. Go this way. How about that direction? That would probably look better. I don't know. We'll have to play with it. Anyway, so today I am using the designer series paper called Beautiful Gallery. And it's this one. And if you haven't seen it, it's absolutely gorgeous. It has so many pretty things. I am doing a class on it right now that the whole class is just different ways to use it. It's got 8 cards in a box because there's just so many different ways to use this beautiful paper. And so I'm using the wood grain pattern out of it. And so what I've done, let me show you the card that I already made. So I'm going to give you some tips too. So this is the card that I made, and I use the mini corrugated embossing folder, which is this one. And I'll tell you one thing. Here's a tip. When you do this, when you do the embossing, put it on your die cut machine. Turn it over. Okay? Don't ever go through this way, because I'll tell you 2 things. One, you can ruin your embossing folder if you feed it through this way. You always want to feed it through this edge first. So, 1, you to ruin your embossing folder. Number 2, it will tear the paper. I had some people in my class that were doing it that way, and they kept saying, I don't understand why my paper keeps tearing. And so they would come out, it would just be like shredded. And because they put it in that direction, they ended up tearing the paper. So you always want to feed it through this edge for the sake of both, okay? The other thing is, so I put it in this way. So my Stampin' Up! Logo is on the back instead of the front, because it's actually on the front, but it's front down. And so then I am going to line this up with that black line. All of our embossing folders have a black line across the bottom where the Stampin' Up! Logo is. That is a guideline, guys. If you do this, you'll always end up with it straight. So you line it up across there and just make sure you're right on that line and then close it up. That also keeps you away from this area up here. You don't want to shove your paper in all the way to the fold because it's not going to emboss on that fold area. There's a little section right there that doesn't emboss. So you're going to go like that. And then if you want to leave it that way, I leave it that way usually and run it through, because the less I handle it and move it around, or if you really have to, you can flip it over and run it through that way. So doesn't matter. It's not going to make a difference, but you're going to run it through, fold the end first. So that's tip number 1 that I have for you. Because you can see mine's a little crooked today. I didn't do that. And mine is showing that it's a little bit crooked. So this ribbon is on Last Chance, and it's low inventory, and it is gorgeous. If you guys can't see it, it's just a beautiful gold and cherry cobbler ribbon. I love it for Christmas. And so I have probably 10 rolls of it because I'm ready for Christmas to start working on Christmas projects. And so make sure you snatch some up if you don't have any, because you're going to want it when Christmas comes, I'll tell you. Cherry cobbler is one of the ribbons that we have about every other year. And so the other years they seem to come out with real red. So I usually try to snatch up whatever is there when it's available, because this year we'll probably have real red. And then next year we'll have cherry cobbler again. So they seem to alternate that. So at least that's been my experience. So snatch some up if you want the cherry cobbler for Christmas. It's one of my favorite Christmas colors. Okay, let's get to our card. So I have changed the colors. So instead of doing the real red again, or the cherry cobbler again, we're going to do Misty Moonlight. So I've embossed with the embossing folder that coordinates with this stamp set, and it's called Together. What's it called? Let's see. Here it is. It is called Join Together. And so it's just, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me stick this in it and see if that'll work. I have a piece of pink here. There we go. That's probably better. But you can see it's kind of a different print. And this set has some gold. These are die cuts to cut just real thin little gold lines. There's 2 of them here. And then the rest of these cut out different images. And these cut what I'm assuming are flowers. I'm not real keen on that one, but that's me. Okay, so I have a piece of 8.5. Nope, I have a piece of 4.25 by 11. I just kind of felt like this card needed a tent fold this time. And then I have a piece of Misty Moonlight that is 5.25 by 4. Let me grab my adhesive here. I'm liking working at my window table for this better, but all my stuff is at the other table. So, but this gives me better lighting here. Okay, so we're just going to attach that to the front of our card base. And then this can also be attached. So when you're doing this, you want to be careful because this will cause, your tape sometimes will cause this to tear. And you'll end up with your paper in your tape runner. So be careful with that. And if it does that, go to the green glue. So green glue also holds really good. Okay, and then I have just cut a circle with the stylish shaped dies, and I'm just going to attach that on here flat. So we'll put some adhesive here. I'm not sure I want to do that yet. So I'm going to put this on, since I got glue on it. Have you ever done that? Started to glue something and gone, oh, I'm not ready to put that on. I'm going to put this on my silicone mat because I'm going to build on here so that I can tell where I want this to go. I have a large greeting. I am using the Thinking of You from the Mix and Match and Therma pack. All greetings mix and match pack. And so I'm first going to attach my flower, which I have stamped in Tuxedo Black and colored with Misty Moonlight and Old Olive Dark. And so I'm going to attach that to the back of my little vase here. And I want this little leaf to kind of tip over. Probably should have put another flower behind him. Okay, and then I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I am going to, let me grab those. I'm going to do this dimensional is going to do double duty. It's going to help hold that on, just to be sure that it stays. and it's going to pop up that vase. And so we're just going to attach those. I'm going to peel those off. I'm not sure I want to peel that one off yet. Oops, I'm so used to a trash can being down there and it's not down there. And so I'm just going to put this over this way, because I'm going to put my greeting over here. All right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, good. So we could peel these two off, and let's go ahead and stick it to the, that one's a little bit underneath. Let's move that one a little bit. Okay, we'll just move him a little lower, and I can peel it off. Okay, let's go ahead and put it on our card. The reason I wanted my pot on here first is because I want to kind of center it, top to bottom, and knowing how far down I need to go with it. Okay, then we have a white ribbon. Now I debated on Misty Moonlight, but the Misty Moonlight was it was lost in here. And I figure, if it's lost, why am I putting it on there, right? Okay, so I went with a white, just our basic white ribbon. And you really wouldn't have to put anything on there at all. And then my thinking of you is going to go here. But I'm going to show you something. This comes in a packet. It's called Greetings for All Mix and Match Inferno Pack. Okay. And they're punch outs. They're not adhesive on the back, but they are a punch out. And so I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea that they're a punch out. So you can see there's these little, let me get my mat here. You can see these little things right here on the edges of them. You guys see those? Where they were attached. So what I'm going to do is I bought these little file, what are they called? Foam files. I'll put a link to it underneath the video. And I'm just going to gently rub that off, because I just don't like those. I think it looks tacky. That's just me, probably, but I do, and I'm sensitive to it. And it looks better without them. So I'm just going to rub those little things off, and this file is perfect for it. It's also good for sanding when you're doing the two-tone papers, and you want to sand it. It makes it beautiful. It does a good job. They're really good. And there's two sides. So this is much rougher, and this pink side is much softer. And like I said, I'll put the link in the video, and it'll be on my blog for sure. I bought them on Amazon, of course. Where did we buy everything, huh? Okay, I think that's it. I think that will do it. That's much better. Took off all those little knobs. Okay, and then I'm just going to add my thinking of you right in there. So I'm going to do that with some dimensionals. I'm going to put a little glue on this left side here. And now my little knob is back. I didn't get him all the way off. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the rest of it. And I think I want the mini dimensionals, just because the spaces are kind of small. My finger is sticking to that glue that I put on there. I probably shouldn't have put that last one on, now that I think about it, because that's going to hold my paper up. We'll see. And just, I think there. There we are. So you could do this card in any color. Pick your friend's favorite color and make it for her in that color. It's super simple. I just die cut this in the wood grain, and that wood grain is just like perfect for cutting this. I mean, this one I die cut it going across. On this one, I die cut it going up and down. So it just gave it a really different look from the two of them. So tell me which one you like the best. Comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know which one you like the best. Thank you for joining me today. You'll find all the instructions at stampwithdeb.com and this video in case you want to watch it again. It's also going to be posted on YouTube, so give me some time. I will get to work on it right away. And I will see you next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right here on Wake Up Wednesday. Bye-bye, guys.